Welcome to your Daily Dose of Hope. Have you ever been driving and look at the clock or walk into the kitchen and glance at the clock on your microwave and it says 11:11? Or you grab coffee or something to eat somewhere and the receipt says 3:33? Or you pull into a parking spot and it's 44 or 444? This is episode 333, which is what got me thinking about this phenomenon. When I see number sequences, for me, I feel like it's the universe sort of winking or giving me a nod. Now, I watched a few videos about this. There's a whole practice, or I don't know what you would call it, a study, I guess, of numerology. And I am not an expert in that. I'm not even really going to talk about that specifically. But here's what I learned. Essentially, our brain is doing what it's been evolved to do, which is look for patterns. Looking for patterns is how our ancestors stayed safe, by being able to spot predators in the grass, or being able to recognize which berry was safe to eat, and things like that. That same kind of wiring means that we can unconsciously filter out random sequences and things that we see and zero in on repeating sequences. It's called the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon, or frequency illusion. So we notice 1111 or 111 multiple times, sometimes maybe in a day, because our brain is actually looking for it. It's why we see red cars when we buy a red car, right? We start seeing it more often, and it's selective intention. And it's also a bit of cognitive bias. Our brain is helping us see what it thinks we need and or want to see. One of the videos that I watched called this phenomenon like an angel number, and said that number sequences are how angels message us. Now, I don't know if that's true, but I do know that seeing sequences over and over does remind me that every pattern exists around us. And when I see something like 444 or 1111, it just gives me this feeling, right, of just a little bit of a permission to trust myself, to just stop for a second and pause and just check in with what's going on. Maybe just have a little moment of mindfulness, or say a little thank you to the universe for kind of just checking in with me, I guess. For me, it just feels like a bit of serendipity. Whether it's divinely inspired or not, it doesn't really matter to me. And you don't have to read into anything, the numbers into anything in particular. I certainly don't. But I do know when I see these sequences, my brain, my inner knowing, my intuition is reminding me to pause for a second. And that's a good thing, I think, because it just happens in these everyday moments. And I feel like that's where hope also lives. So here's to recognizing patterns that help you be your best, most hopeful self. This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM, women's voices amplified.